Thank you, Dave. Good morning. This is the convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, and it's an adjudicatory hearing, but we hold these matters public because we are convening virtually. I will do our roll call. Good morning, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
And good morning, Commissioner Maynard.
Good morning.
Okay, so today is Tuesday, November 28th, 2023, and because it's an adjudicatory hearing, our legal team has prepared a script that I'll read into the record and will outline our proceeding today. This is an adjudicatory hearing before the Massachusetts Gaming Commission relative to the suitability of Julie Cameron Doe as an individual qualifier to Wynn Resorts Limited. We'll refer to Wynn Resorts as Wynn, which is the parent company of the Category 2 gaming licensee, Wynn Mass LLC, doing business here in Everett at Encore Boston Harbor. My name is Kathy Judd Stein. I'm the chair of the commission. I'm joined today by my colleagues, Commissioners Eileen O'Brien, Brad Hill, Nikisha Skinner, and Jordan Maynard. The entire commission will preside over the hearing and decision of this matter. This hearing will be conducted in accordance with 205 CMR 101.01, the informal fair hearing rules outlined in 801 CMR 1.02, and Chapter 30A of the general laws. I'd also like to notify everyone that this proceeding is being recorded and streamed. A notice of hearing dated November 15th, 2023 was issued to the parties. The notice identifies the issues that this hearing is intended to address. Specifically, the commission will focus its review on whether the facts presented constitute clear and convincing evidence that the suitability standards set out in General Laws Chapter 23K, Sections 12 and 16 and 205 CMR 115.01 subsection 1 have been met. There are two parties before us today, and each are represented. I'll ask that Ms. Franks and then Mr. Nozel please to identify yourselves and your teams and advise the commission as to whom everyone represents as applicable. Good morning. We'll start with Ms. Franks.
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. DeAndre Franks on behalf of the IEB. Also present today for the IEB is Interim Director of the IEB and Chief Enforcement Counsel Heather Hall, Sergeant David Collette of the Massachusetts State Police, Financial Investigations Chief Monica Chang, and Financial Investigator Zhang Fei Zhu.
I just am looking at my screen. I don't see. Oh, you're all in one room. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm looking for your names, and oh, there you are. Thank you. Good morning. It's nice to see you all together. Now, Mr. Nozel, good morning again.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the commission. Jed Nozel of Womblebon Dickinson here on behalf of Julie Cameron Doe in her capacity as a qualifier for Wynn Resorts Limited. I'm also joined by Executive Vice President, General Counsel Jackie from Senior. Sorry, I'm gonna do my job after this one. So Senior Executive Vice President. Perfect. Excellent. And obviously we're here with Ms. Cameron Doe as well.
Good morning.
Julie Cameron Doe, Chief Financial Officer at Wynn Resorts.
Nice to see you. Thank you. Boston weather is right now very pleasant for your visit today. So at the conclusion of my opening remarks, this proceeding will commence with opening remarks. Each party will be offered an opportunity to make a statement, though it's not required. After opening statements, we will move to the presentation of the evidence in this matter. The IEB will be called upon to present its findings as described in the investigation report. Any commissioner may ask a question of anyone presenting information at any point during or following the presentation. At the conclusion of the IEB's presentation, Mr. Nozel will be afforded an opportunity to ask questions of any individual who presented information on behalf of the IEB relative to any matter addressed in the investigation report or to which he or she spoke. At the conclusion of the IEB's presentation, Mr. Nozel will be given the same opportunity to make a presentation. He may call any witnesses and present any other evidence he desires. Commission has directed in the notice of hearing that at a minimum, Ms. Cameron Doe be available if called upon to testify at this hearing. Additionally, the commission may require any of the IEB investigators to testify as to their findings. Either party may raise any objection it desires at any time. However, our legal department asks that the basis for all objections be clearly stated. Finally, at the conclusion of the presentations of all the evidence, Ms. Franks and Mr. Nozel will be provided an opportunity to make closing remarks summing up their view of the evidence. Again, this is optional. Before we begin, I understand that there are 2 exhibits for consideration at this hearing that have been exchanged by the parties in advance. Those exhibits are as follows. Exhibit 1, notice of hearing dated November 15, 2023. Exhibit 2, the IEB's investigation report dated September 18, 2023. Are there any objections to any of these exhibits being marked and entered into evidence? Ms. Franks?
No, Chair.
Thank you. And Mr. Nozel, I've noted both have said no objections, so those exhibits shall be admitted into evidence. If either party would like to have any additional documents entered into evidence during the course of the hearing, please ensure that they are properly introduced and marked for the record. The Commission anticipates that its inquiry at this proceeding will be related to the matters addressed at the investigation report, in the investigation report and contained in the notice of hearing. If a line of questioning conducted by the Commission moves into an area that has not been included in the report or notice, but that is material to the final determination of this matter, any party may request a recess in the proceeding to review the issue. The Commission will deliberate privately and make a final decision at the conclusion of the evidentiary portion of the hearing. Now swear all the witnesses in. Counsel, are all the individuals you anticipate presenting testimony in this matter present on this call?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone who will be testifying this proceeding, please raise your right hand. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you'll provide before the Commission at this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All have responded in the affirmative. Given the nature of a suitability review, there is necessarily a significant amount of personal or commercially sensitive information that the Commission is being called upon to consider. Public discussion of such information may result in the unwarranted invasion of an individual's personal privacy or may place an entity at a competitive disadvantage if such information were to be publicly discussed. For the Commission to be able to effectively and diligently execute its legal obligations prior to making a suitability finding, it must be at liberty to fully inquire relative to any of these sensitive matters without compromising the individuals or entities involved. To do otherwise would be, at a minimum, unfair and potentially unlawful. Accordingly, my colleagues and I may elect to exercise the discretion afforded in accordance with 205 CMR 101.01, paragraph 7, to close this proceeding to the public to fully address certain matters. Before we begin, it's my understanding that a pre-hearing conference was conducted with representatives of the applicant, the IEB, and our legal department, at which procedural and evidentiary issues were discussed. Do either of the parties have any preliminary issues or objections they'd like to raise at this time?
The only,
Chair, go ahead.
I was just going to say the only preliminary matter on behalf of the IEB is I'd just like to confirm that Attorney Nozel is stipulating to the IEB report.
Thanks, Chair. I think Attorney Franks and I are both going to say the exact same thing. We haven't had an opportunity to review the report and do stipulate to its accuracy for purposes of the evidentiary record.
And so you are stipulating to that exhibit 2, correct?
Correct.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. We'll now turn to Ms. Franks and ask that you make any introductory remarks you'd like to make and then move directly into the IEB's presentation. And again, thank you to our colleagues in IEB, Sergeant Collette, Ms. Chang, and I'm sorry, is that Faye? Yes, and thank you.
I don't have any opening remarks and I'm comfortable moving right into the presentation.
Excellent.
I'd first like to start out by thanking Financial Investigations Chief Monica Chang, Financial Investigator Zhang Fei Zhu, Sergeant David Collette, and Trooper John Morris for their work on this investigation. Ms. Cameron Doe is a qualifier for WinMass LLC, doing business as Encore Boston Harbor. Ms. Cameron Doe submitted all of the required forms and complied with all of the IEB's requests for supplemental and updated information during the investigation. The IEB also interviewed Ms. Cameron Doe, and she has been cooperative and forthcoming throughout the entire process. In keeping with the IEB's established protocols for background reviews of casino qualifiers, we verified identity, confirmed financial stability and integrity, reviewed litigation history, searched criminal history, verified that no prohibited political contributions were made in Massachusetts, and conducted checks of open source and law enforcement databases. Ms. Cameron Doe is the Chief Financial Officer with Wynn Resorts Limited. Wynn Resorts is the indirect parent company of the Category 1 licensee, WinMass LLC, which operates the Encore Boston Harbor Casino. Ms. Cameron Doe reports directly to Wynn's CEO, Mr. Billings. 5 team members directly report to her, and a total of approximately 90 individuals fall under her leadership. Ms. Cameron Doe has previous experience working in the gaming industry. Prior to Wynn, Ms. Cameron Doe worked for Aristocrat Technologies, Inc. as the Group General Manager of Finance and was ultimately promoted to the position of Chief Financial Officer. She additionally worked as Finance Director for other companies, including Healthcare Australia Proprietary Limited, Hotel Club Proprietary Limited, and eBookers Limited. Ms. Cameron Doe has a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics from the University of Durham. She additionally attended the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Milton Keynes, UK, and is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. Ms. Cameron Doe disclosed in her application that she has been found suitable or is registered to participate in some form of gaming in over 60 jurisdictions throughout the world due to positions she previously held within the gaming industry, including Ohio, Kansas, Delaware, Missouri, and Louisiana. She reported that she is currently in the process of applying to several new jurisdictions due to her position with Wynn, and the IEB was informed she was most recently found suitable in Nevada in connection with her position with Wynn. The investigation did not uncover any derogatory information that would indicate that Ms. Cameron Doe lacks the requisite financial stability, integrity, and background to be deemed suitable in accordance with the criteria listed in the Massachusetts gaming law and regulations. The IEB recommends the Commission issue a positive determination of suitability. This concludes the prepared remarks that I have for the Commission, and of course, members of the team are available for any questions.
Commissioners, do you have any questions for Ms. Franks or for the witnesses? Okay, I'm seeing no. At this point, I'll turn then to, thank you, DeAndre and Ms. Franks. Thank you, nicely done, and thank you to the IEB team for its investigation report. We'll turn now to Mr. Nozel. Do you have any questions for Ms. Franks?
We do not have any questions for Ms. Franks or the IEB.
So I'll have you turn then to your presentation.
Oh, thank you very much, Chair. I'll be brief in my opening remarks just to thank the Commission and the IEB for its investigation. We benefit from obviously its thoroughness in helping establish the qualifiers suitability by clear convincing evidence, and that is the conclusion of the report. I would like to introduce Ms. Cameron Doe and make her available for any questions that the Commission has at this time.
Thank you, Jed. Good morning again. I'm Julie Cameron Doe, CFO of Wynn Resorts. It's a pleasure to be here. I would also like to thank the IEB for the thorough work and report that they produced, and appreciate the time, Madam Chair and Commissioners, in front of you, and I'm available for any questions.
Okay, any questions for the applicant, commissioners? I think we very much appreciate you coming to the East Coast and being there with your colleague, Jackie Crum, and of course with Mr. Nozel. I think, commissioners, the fact that you don't have any questions is indicative of perhaps the comprehensive report that we've received without any objections and the recommendation from IEB. I'm assuming that you don't have closing remarks, Mr. Nozel.
I would be repetitive, but of course, again, we just thank the commission for its time today and all the work that the IEB put in over the last several months into preparing the report and getting us to where we are today.
Thank you. Before I turn just one last time to my fellow commissioners, I guess my only comment would be congratulations to you, Ms. Cameron Doe, on your career. You have, it was interesting to read about the progression of your career and how you achieved your objectives. And also you've done so when perhaps it was a bit of a challenge for women. So congratulations to that and your accomplishments. I want to just make sure, commissioners, you don't have any questions you'd like to ask in private session. As I noted above, that's an opportunity that we do have. All set. Commissioner O'Brien, do you want to quote Commissioner Cameron?
I don't know whether we do that now for deliberations, but yeah, we should actually make it a term of art in the regs. That when we see a clean report, we know this is going to move quickly. So
Yeah.
that's IB and also Ms. Doe for having a clean report.
Thank you. So each of the parties have been, I think, afforded their opportunity to make their statements. Ms. Frank, do you have any closing remarks?
Just briefly, Chair, I'd like to thank again just all the members of the IEB that participated and the parties as well and the commission for their time.
Thank you. Okay, so if there's no other matters to address, we'll conclude this portion of the proceeding. Again, we don't have a formal adjournment because of the nature of these adjudicatory hearings. It's always odd to excuse people virtually, but I just want to again thank you, and I hope that you have safe travels when you do return to Las Vegas.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chair.
Okay, now we'll ask the magic question. Are you going to transport us somewhere, Dave, or do we just stay put?